Why is it when someone breaks the rules, it's always the cruise line's fault? And if you know what the rules are, why are you looking for ways to get around them? And why does a tragedy happening on the cruise ship automatically make someone think, I need some compensation? Good Saturday morning, everybody. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to this week's episode of What Every Cruiser Wants. And we are back with some new cruise comments, some new cruise statements, and some cruise questions put out there by people that, you're going to meet and see on board your next cruise. People that made a mistake, cost them their cruise, yet it's still the cruise line's fault that this happened. People that admit up front they know the rules, but what can I do to get around them? And someone who actually had the nerve to say, that tragedy over there has affected me, and now I want to know, what do I get for free? So let's jump into today's video. Let's read these comments. Let's find out, are they right? Are they wrong? Should cruising perhaps not be their first vacation choice in the future? Should you wear pajamas when you go down to breakfast while on board a cruise ship? Controversial subject. Some people say, hey, I don't really care. It doesn't affect me. The other side say, no, you should not wear pajamas. Have a little self-respect when you go down to eat breakfast. Now, everybody's going to have their own opinion. That's absolutely fair. If we're talking the buffet and I go down to breakfast in the morning and someone happens to be wearing their pajamas, assuming all the bits are covered correctly, doesn't really affect me. Doesn't change the way my breakfast tastes. Over on Carnival Cruise Lines, they do a big thing on Christmas morning where, they're going to say, come on down in your pajamas, even in the main dining room, because it's a Christmas morning tradition for a lot of families. But what about every day? Should you go down to the main dining room every day in your pajamas? Well, this person thinks you should, and boy, they got mad when they got told no. I will never sell Carnival again. I went to the MDR for breakfast. I was wearing my brand new pajamas, looking forward to relaxing breakfast, and they told me I couldn't come in. I had to change my clothes. My favorite part of that entire comment was, I will never sell Carnival again. They enforced a rule. I had to go change my clothes, and because of that, I'm never ever gonna sail them again. So should they have been allowed in? Should they have been allowed to go into the main dining room, eat breakfast in their pajamas any day of the week? Now, being a Carnival cruise ship, they easily could have gone up to the buffet, still wearing their pajamas, and had their breakfast. Wouldn't have been an issue or a problem. Or they simply could have gone and changed their clothes and gone back to the main dining room. So are they right? Are they wrong? Or maybe part of the problem is that the rules are not enforced uniformly across all cruise ships. Now, different parents have different rules for their kids. That's their business. But what if they want their rules or think that their rules should be enforced even if it affects every other passenger on board the ship? And in this particular case, we're talking about televisions. Now, while there's not televisions in the restaurants on board cruise ships, not as a general rule, this person did want to know, if there are TVs, will my rules be enforced? Are there any TVs in the restaurants? Are they on during dinner time? Just ask because my kids can't have screen time during dinner. So I was hoping they would turn off any TVs during dinner. So again, while there's not a lot of TVs, okay, that's not really an issue on a board a cruise ship. It would be in a lot of land restaurants. A lot of them have sports playing and things like that. But can you just imagine going into an establishment where everybody else is in there eating? It's a restaurant, it's not your home, and wanting to know, well, look, my kids, just my kids, can't have screen time during dinner, and I see all these other people watching these TVs, but since my kids can't have it, could you just turn them all off? I don't care if anybody else is looking. Can you turn them off for me and my rules? That's a little bit of entitlement, I think. That's a little bit of believing that just because you want it, everybody else has to want it too. I don't know. Seems a little entitled to me, but you guys let me know what you think. When I started doing videos about comments, I never once considered in my mind that soup, just soup, would become something that we would have to talk about more than just one time ever. But here we are again, because again, we have somebody upset about the way they are served soup. They could have asked to have it served differently. They didn't. They think it just should be automatically done their way. Why are your soup served in those stupid bowls? This forces us to use soup spoons. Soup spoons feel totally awful in your mouth. They only work if you slurp out of one side like some stupid person, then you look like a newborn while you eat. Soup should be served in an insulated cup with a straw. I don't know about anybody else out there, but I have never felt like a newborn or felt stupid using a soup spoon and eating soup out of a bowl. I mean, I guess I don't get the issue here. Soup served in a soup bowl. What a conundrum. I wonder if they did the very simple thing of saying, "Excuse me, may I have my soup served in a cup? And can you please bring me a straw?" I don't know how I'd have felt about that on a cruise ship, since a lot of me have gone to those paper or, disposable straws. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Does eating soup out of a bowl with a soup spoon make you look stupid and a newborn baby? Or maybe this person just, I don't know, has an issue with soup bowls? Now, any comment that starts off with, "I am a seasoned cruiser, I know the rules," and then continues on with the word "but," lets you know that they are trying to get around something. They know what's right, they know what's wrong, but what can I get away with? So what do you do when you have that type of question? Well, of course you post it on the internet. "I am a seasoned cruiser. I know the rules about swim diapers and inflatable baby pools, but we are getting ready for our second cruise with our 9-month-old, and the first one was miserable on sea days due to the fact that she couldn't even put her feet in any water on the ship. Our upcoming cruise has 4 sea days. They wouldn't even let me carry her on my hip in the kids' splash area. I just bought a mini inflatable pool. It's seriously not even bigger than a deck chair. It would be amazing if they would let me use it on deck for her to sit in, but at the bare minimum, I just don't want them to take it out of my bag, so we could at least use it for baths in the room. What do y'all think?" What do we think? You're a seasoned cruiser. You went on a cruise and said the sea days were miserable because you couldn't have activities for your child because they were too young. They were not yet potty trained. So, of course, the first thing you do is book another cruise. Don't wait till they get older. You know the rules about swim diapers and inflatable pools, yet you set yourself up in the exact same situation again, but want to know, can I set up an inflatable mini pool on the deck where everybody else is at? Because that wouldn't be an inconvenience or a tripping hazard or a safety issue whatsoever. But they still want to know if that's okay. And here's the real question. I guess here is my real question. You're going to bring this inflatable baby pool. You want to take it up to the Lido deck. Where exactly is your plan to get the water to put in the baby pool? And when you're done, what is your plan to then get rid of the water that is in this baby pool? Because I'm willing to bet you also believe that the crew should fill it for you and then the crew should clean it up for you. Doesn't say that, but where else exactly are you planning to do with this water? I mean, what do you guys think? Do you really want to see inflatable baby pools all over the Lido deck, or do you kind of see it in my head where that could be a problem? Now, I know this happens occasionally. I know that the cruise lines give you this information, content creators give you this information, experienced cruisers will give you this exact same information. I don't know how it happens, because to me it feels like it should be common sense. But if you are boarding a cruise, the documentation you need to get on board that ship, example, your government issued ID, your birth certificate, your passport, whatever documents you're using to get on the ship have to be on you during the check-in process. They're gonna want to see them, so you take them with you in your carry-on, in your pocket, in your purse, in your bag, whatever the case may be. What you don't do is put them in your luggage that you then give to the porters and then goes on board the cruise ship, and then you are shocked and surprised when they want to see it and you're like, but I already sent it to the ship. And while we all know this does happen and this has happened in the past, how do you go from I shouldn't have put it there to clearly this is the cruise line's fault that this happened? Just want to get my story out there because there's nothing else I can do. My family was on the cruise and I was left behind. 4 hours to get my passport out of my luggage and no one would help me. I was told, be patient, we'll get it. Kept inquiring and inquiring until the ship left without me. The most sickening experience I think I've had my entire life, here and my girlfriend crying as they left port. She didn't even have time to get my handicapped mother off the ship, but she did not want to go. You won't know until you go through it, and Royal Caribbean has no problem putting their customers through that horrible experience. Sorry for the negativity. Hopefully it's approved because everyone should hear bad experiences with good experiences so they can make a good decision when choosing a cruise line. Personally, I'll never look at another Royal Caribbean cruise line. Supposed to be my first cruise, I guess I'll never be experiencing that. So they put their passport in their checked luggage. They turned their luggage over to the porters, which then went on board the ship. And as experienced cruisers, you guys know, I'm sure you've seen it. That stuff is piled up, waiting to go on the ship. Thousands of people's luggage is being loaded onto the ship at one time so that ship can sail away, and the sudden need to find one bag amongst thousands is a daunting task, and sometimes they find it, and sometimes they might not, like in this case. But he wants to share his experience so people can know bad experiences, because Royal Caribbean has no problem putting people through this terrible experience. First off, you put you through this terrible experience by putting your passport in your checked luggage. Royal Caribbean didn't make you do that. You did that. And you have to know about these experiences when you choose your cruise line. Guess what? It doesn't matter what cruise line it is. Because if you had put your passport in your checked luggage on any of them, you would have been in the exact same situation. And if you believe that that is Royal Caribbean's fault for your choice, I wouldn't book any other cruise line because you repeat this. Because if this repeats again, you'll be in the exact same situation. So for those that are new cruisers or fixing to go on their very first cruise, do not put your travel documents in your check bag and then act shocked and surprised and blame the cruise line when you don't have what you need to get on your ship, because that at the end of the day is on you. And one final comment for you today, and I truly believe that there are some people out there that really have no business mingling in public. They shouldn't be on a cruise, they shouldn't be on a vacation, maybe they shouldn't even be allowed to mingle amongst the general public, period. Because they are so self-centered, so self-absorbed, that it doesn't matter what's going on around them. It doesn't matter that the person next to them is going through a tragedy, because it's affecting them and they want to know, where is my compensation for what their tragedy has cost me? And not only do they think it, not only will they say it, they are more than willing to post it on the internet because they want the whole world to know exactly how they feel. Hello, we are leaving today on the New Amsterdam. We were pushed back from 1 o'clock till 5:30 boarding time. Will the cruise ship compensate us at all for the 4.5 hours we lost? Free drink or anything? Not sure who to ask. Thanks. So embarkation was pushed back from 1 o'clock to 5:30. Wasn't for an inspection. It wasn't because the ship was late. It was because there had been a death on board the ship. they had to handle that first when the ship came back to port. And so it brings up the question that I've asked before when this type of person writes this. Exactly what and how much is a human life worth? I understand that you had a slight delay. I understand that that could be inconvenient and you may not enjoy that. But we're talking about a human being. We're talking about the policies and the procedures the cruise line needs to go through to take care of that situation correctly. That resulted in a delay. And the first thing you know, and the first thing that comes to this person's mind is, what am I going to get? How are they going to compensate me for having to wait for this over here? And so I ask, is anybody who really want to cruise with a person that thinks like that? And that is going to be our video this week for what every cruiser wants. You guys let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Are these people right? Are these people wrong? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Should they even be out there on the cruise ships with us? Is this the type of people we want to cruise with? Now, if you've enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day, and like always, we will see you out on the high seas.